Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another bar by bar analysis here on my channel. Today is April 21st, 2022, and today we're looking at a 2000 tick chart for the S&P 500 futures market. There are only a few indicators that I use here. We have a 21 EMA indicator in blue, we have a 200 EMA indicator in magenta, and then we also have this volume indicator down here. And I've been getting a lot of comments and questions about this. I might have to make a specific video on it, but I don't want to keep people waiting too long. I have a list of some of the things I have here, so you don't have to worry about that. But volume up down is a specific indicator, and what I did was I just went line by line and I kind of messed with things until I got it the way I wanted to. So these are my settings. Panel, I think initially this was like same as input series or something. I changed that to panel 1. Scale justification. Rather than making it, I think, an overlay, I put it left, and what that does is it allows me to drag the left side here so that I can drag the volume how I want it to. And then lines, colors are pretty much the same. Matching data series width are both checked. But that's essentially what I have for the settings. So if you wanted to pause the video and just kind of compare to what you have to get it done right, then you can go ahead and do that. And it's not perfect. You do have to kind of adjust it in and out of the way whenever you want to use it, but it's there. So anyway, let's get into it. Today was a good trading day. Finished 3-0 for the day. Another good day for this Apex eval, so I'm happy about that. As we normally do on this channel, we draw a level of resistance here at the top, level of support here at the bottom. We'll just go bar by bar. Another power play video, nice quick recap. Try and make this as efficient as possible. I saw some good setups for today that I want to talk about. And so other than that, let's get right into it. So the market opened, we had an uptrend working up, and then we had a clear break of this trend. Wasn't necessarily looking for a new high. I wouldn't have been surprised if we did or didn't get it. I was just kind of indifferent about it. We're shooting above overnight highs here. With the pre-market hours, my initial bias was to go long though. But as you see, we come up to this level of resistance. There's a little bit of bumping up here, a little bit of fighting going on at this key level. And then as prices push, you see a loss in momentum. Prices are not making their way up to the opposite end of this channel. So I wasn't surprised if prices were going to push back down. And then as prices start to come up strongly above EMA, I thought, okay, this is the push to make that new high. But we don't necessarily get that. We get a double top here. And so I did draw in a range for that. Now I don't think I was trading this early. I came into the market a little bit late today. I think I just came right after this move happened. But kind of when I look back, we did have a break of this uptrend looking to make a new high. Prices are kind of finding a little bit of consolidation here at the level of resistance. If you get a nice signal bar right here coming off this level of resistance, maybe you even had a smaller trading range right before you had that big one there. You could potentially enter something on this bar. We have a new low, first entry short, prices come up, second entry short that fails off level of resistance. EMA is slightly flat. You are trading in the middle of the range, but when I go back and look at it, yeah, you could potentially take that looking to make a new high for this overall strong uptrend. But we'll get that range back how it was and continue on. So I think this is about the time that I was coming into the market. I had drawn an uptrend. I had drawn a range here at play. I saw prices that were working down. And after we attempted to make this new extreme for this overall uptrend, I was anticipating for prices to reverse and come back down. Now, I don't know why I didn't notice this before I started the video, but when I saw this happening, that's when I drew this horizontal line. We had a new high here with the first entry long, second entry long, nice signal bar coming off this level of support that I had drawn in. We are in a downtrend though. I was looking, if I'm looking to take a trade like this, I would want a higher low with room to the EMA. We have this 200 EMA that's working up as well, and I thought we could have a potential for a buying opportunity here, but I didn't want to enter too early. Then when prices came back and tested, we had a double bottom here that confirmed this horizontal line here at play. Nice signal bar, plenty of room back to the EMA. This was the first trade that I took for the day. And yeah, as I stated before, I liked it. I like it for that reason. Prices came down, made a double bottom. I think it was around this time where I was like, okay, well, where are prices trying to find this level of support? If prices are consolidating a little bit, I just look over to the left a little bit and I see, okay, we had this swing come up here. Prices were kind of ranging back and forth in this area. Prices tested this support area again before launching up. So I drew that in play, and so I ended up getting a scalp right here. Plenty of room back to the EMA, back up to this level of overnight highs, and that was the first trade that I took for the day. So then as prices were working down, I was seeing prices come in contact with this 200 EMA, kind of backing up a little bit here. This was a new high with a first entry long, second entry long, but after such a big move like this to the downside, I'm not really looking to go long counter trend. Again, same with the mentality here. I want a higher low with room to the EMA or some sort of double bottom to form. And it just so happened as prices came up and came back down, basically a repeat pattern. We had a double bottom that formed here, and I drew in a horizontal line. Prices are holding at this 200 EMA. It's respecting that. We do have room back to the EMA for a scalp. This was the second trade that I took for the day. Not only do we have a double bottom, we also have prices bouncing off literally the same price level to a tick. So that's a quad bottom, I guess you could say. And so I thought it was worth the risk, and I ended up entering and I got a scalp on that. Now, right now, because I'm doing Apex eval, I don't like working with runners. So I didn't get a runner on this, but I think I easily could have with the way that prices worked. So prices work back to these overnight highs. We had the short-term trend with a break looking for a new high. We get a new high, bounce off these overnight highs. I loved this entry. Now I think I missed it. I wasn't looking at the screen at the time because I just had a win here, and I don't normally look for trades as quickly after I get a win like that. But I love the setup here. Second entry short. We had this downtrend at play with the break looking for a new low. Prices finding resistance here at these overnight highs. Room back to the EMA. It's kind of a no-brainer. You enter that trade, and that would have been an absolute great trade. And when you consider the overall context of the day, we tried pushing above overnight highs. And as we push back down, we're testing this 200 EMA. Prices come back up, testing these overnight highs one more time. And when they can't push above these overnight highs, where are we anticipating prices to go? Back to the bottom of the trading range. It's textbook, it's clockwork. We had a new high with a first entry long, second entry long. Price is kind of finding support again here at the 200 EMA. A little bit risky to I don't even know if I really want to mark it because you also have a downtrend, short-term downtrend at play here, and we're anticipating for prices to come back down to these overnight lows. So yeah, I'm not going to mark that. Again, going back to why I enter these trades, I would want a higher low, double bottom, with room back to the EMA if I'm going to take a trade like that. We had a new low, first entry short, second entry short, a little bit too risky. I think prices need to figure out what they're going to do in this area before you try going short and taking a trade. But prices continue to move down, and as they do continue moving down, you have to make this downtrend a little bit bigger. And actually, I think downtrend is off the swing, right? So we have a break move to a new low, and then prices make a double bottom here. So this downtrend is played out. Didn't quite make it to the opposite end of the range here, but we got to figure out what prices are going to do. Prices are kind of chopping back and forth. Pretty clear that we have a trading range here, and I stopped it at the perfect time because there's a potentially a really nice second entry short here. Coming off the lows, you have double bottom down here with a first entry short, second entry short off this level of resistance. We traded down into this trading range. We're mostly going to trade down and out of this trading range. I like it, but I think it's just a little bit risky because of how big the bar is. 15 ticks, if you're putting your stop one tick above this signal bar, you might be risking a lot, but you have plenty of room down to the lows. We're trading with the overall context. I really like that trade. For those that enter on the stop, you would have definitely been a little bit worried as prices come up. EMA is also kind of starting to flatten out just a little bit, and then prices really fall and make it to the bottom of this trading range that we have here. Next bar prints, we had a new high, first entry long barely, and then second entry long if it triggers above this signal bar, but bearish imbalance at play here, not looking to go long. So while we're not looking to go long, we would be interested in taking potential shorts. Prices come up here, we expand this range just a little bit more. We have a new low with the first entry short, prices come up, second entry short, again, slight bearish imbalance here, second entry short at the top of this trading range that we have off this level of resistance. You even see the 200 EMA starting to kind of curve and potentially move in the opposite direction. The bias is definitely short. While this trade was a little bit more aggressive, this one is really nice. This one was a really nice one. I didn't like that prices closed just above EMA, but I've been noticing that the trades have been working out a little bit more, and I've been a little bit more relaxed on how I'm entering these kinds of trades. So if I entered one tick below the stop here, I would have been in this trade as prices chop just a little bit and then fall to the opposite end of this trading range, the slight breakout. So textbook setup there. Don't forget to draw in your short-term trend lines, right? Like here we had a short-term trend working up with a break move to a new high, and that's a second entry short there. Here we have the new low with a short-term trend that's working up, break, move to a new high, and second entry short right off the level of resistance here. Prices break to the downside here before pulling back. Not really a way to enter this, even like, trying to trade a second entry short here. I don't want to do that. We just broke to the bottom side of the range. We could generate momentum back to the top side. I'm not interested in entering any shorts there. If we had like a lower high that came up to this EMA, that would have been a great trade that I would have taken, but I don't see any of that. And look what happens. This price action makes it all the way back to the opposite end of this trading range. So we're reading the market correctly, and that's incredibly important. You always want to try and stay on the right side of the market. Now, as prices are really pushing down here, I am drawing some sort of downtrend, and this is just tentative. We want to see what's going to work, but we'll need more price action to really figure it out. Prices continue to fall. I didn't see any trades during this time. Prices then broke. We see a little bit of consolidation here, but we did have that break move to a new low. And as prices continue making new lows, we have to extend our channel here, drawing off that swing. Prices are holding neatly at the bottom. And as prices were kind of continuing down here, I saw prices consolidating just a little bit. I'm able to see prices kind of moving in a range here. Now, I think I got somewhat lucky with this because I didn't see this bar in the moment. We had a new low with a first entry short, second entry short below the signal bar. If I saw this in the moment, I 100% would have entered this trade. But fortunately, by maybe a minute, I just didn't see that. I saw this bar form here, and this is where I took my third and final trade for the day. I actually don't even know, would people have been in this trade? It never triggered, so you wouldn't even have been in that trade. But when this bar forms, prices really try pushing above EMA one more time, come back down, and close below EMA. Second entry short, great place to go short on with this downtrend that's moving down. Prices holding nicely in this channel. I put my stop one tick below this signal bar, and prices fell right through, and that was an easy scalp to finish out the day. So after that trade, that was my final trade for the day. I'm not going to get into the rest of the day because I definitely don't want these videos to be long. I know people appreciate the consolidated short videos that I have, but by no surprise, as this 200 EMA was curving out at the top, now it's moving down. Prices have been holding down, so the bias is definitely bearish. But I really like the price action that we were having this morning. It made a lot of sense to me. It was very clear. I didn't really see any trades that would have psyched me out or would have trapped me out. It was really cool seeing this repeat pattern. I felt very confident taking this trade. This was a beautiful setup as well. This one was aggressive. If you wait just a second, you get a nice setup here. And then this one, if you're patient and you don't try entering that little bar early, you can enter on that second entry short, and that's a great trade too. So really enjoyed trading today. It was very nice. It felt comfortable, and I hope all of you were just as successful at trading today. But that being said, if you enjoyed today's bar by bar analysis, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know exactly when I post these videos. I don't always share these to Facebook. Sometimes I'm busy with work and I don't anticipate putting out a video, but then I do, and it's definitely easier. Just turn on those post notifications. You'll know exactly when I post these videos, and that just helps to ensure that you get this content. If you found it helpful, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these videos. I always appreciate the feedback and the constructive criticism that I get with my trading. And last but not least, feel free to share this with a trading buddy. It never hurts having that additional resource, that extra video to watch in the day to help make sense of the market and help train your eyes a little bit better to see the market better. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.